Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on? Alright, so I started a little bit early here. Gonna wait till 8:35, of course. That way we get everyone to kind of tune in here. Gonna go ahead and make these tweets. Alright. Let's get it popping. Alright. Tommy Stonks, my man, good morning. How you doing? Daniel, good morning. Mary, good morning. Eric, my man, good morning. Alright. Let's get this popping. Valiant, good morning from Seattle. What's going on? Sky, my man, good morning. Orlando, good morning. Alright, guys. Gonna wait till about 8:35 and we'll get it started. We'll let some people to kind of tune in here. Once everyone's here, we'll get it going. Steve B, good morning. Joel, what's going on? Good morning. Alright. We'll give a few more minutes for people to tune in here. Started a little bit early, but that's okay. Old World, what's going on? Alex, good morning. Alright, tweets are out, Discord's out. Everything is ready to get rocking. See the early birds get the worm here. There's your job reports number. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the reports. What's going on? Good morning. What we got? Francesco, buenos dias. Ritesh, yo, good morning. Mine, good morning. Mel, good morning. Kushal Patel, good morning. Sorry, my investing app is acting up here. I'm trying to get the jobless numbers. Continuous jobless claims. Again, so they forecasted 1733 and they came in at 1559. So, that's a plus. Let's see how the market reacts to that today. Right. Joel asking, should I invest in Pelosi ETF? Usually when these people start getting too much attention, it doesn't work too well for them. Look at ARK's ETF. Ritesh, need that worm. Lika, good morning. Legit Movers Chicago, what's going on, my man? Good morning. Oscar, good morning. Anthony, good morning. Yusuf, good morning. Oh, it's KP. There we go. Yeah, I agree, Tommy. We need some signature beanies. This one's blank, unfortunately, but we definitely do need some signature beanies here. Alright, still got a few more minutes, guys. People still got time. We did start this a little early today. So, we'll see. Looks like the jobless numbers got a little bit of a push in the market, but I don't like these algo pushes, to be honest. I almost prefer natural pushes, but we'll see where this opens up to. Gentry, good morning. Nancy, good morning. How you doing? My all-star over here. Alright, 3 more minutes and we'll get things popping. We're going to start off with market sentiment, and then we'll get into some of those free alerts, and then we'll get into asking or answering any of the questions that you guys may have. Alright. Wait, did I look at the last? Did I look at the old one or what? No, that was the right one. Good morning. It's the snowboarder. Good morning, my man. How's it going? R. Keyshawn, good morning, good morning. Rayhan, good morning. Alright guys, 2 minutes and we'll get started. If you guys are tuned in early here, go ahead and smash that like button. Let's see what YouTube does with all these likes. Alright. So, coming into that 472 resistance right now in the pre-market, which is a level we knew we had some resistance at. Shooty, good morning. Wondering what moving averages you use. I use the 20, the 50, and the 200. Those are the only 3 moving averages I use. Many people out there like to use the 9, 10, 12, 14, 18, 20. I just keep it simple. 20, 50, and the 200. Daryl, good morning. All right, about a minute to go here. Well, actually 30 seconds. And we should be good to go. All right. Mr. Needham, good morning, my man. What's going on? All right, guys, 10 seconds and we'll get it kicked off. We'll start off with the SPY, we'll start off with the Qs, and then we'll get into the alerts, and then your Q&A. If you guys are asking questions about tickers you want me to look at, please make sure that you are telling me whether you want to day trade it or swing trade it, and if you're looking for calls or puts. Okay, that's going to help me identify what way you want to take it, and we can kind of go from there. All right, guys, so 8:35, let's get started. This is a daily chart on the SPY. As we can see, we had put this pretty much dropped down. This was on January 10th. We put in this hammer, and usually when these hammers take place, the following days are slightly bullish. We had a nice aggressive move up here. Yesterday, we put in this consolidative candle. So we really have to monitor to see if we're going to continue higher above this to retest these levels, or are we going to break over that 20 moving average and kind of pull back over. All right, so a few levels that we need to monitor here, but again, as you can see, overall, every time we come into these areas right under the 50 moving average, we're starting to see some bounces. I believe that is the 100 moving average, if I'm not mistaken. It's bouncing very well off the 100 moving average, and it's continuously going higher. It happened here, it happened here, happened here, and happened here. All right, so with that said, let's take a look at closer time frame on the SPY and see what we're looking at here. I'm going to put my levels back on. Boom, there we go. All right, so yesterday, we had that CPI numbers come out. We pushed up, but we failed to really get any momentum and continue higher, and we sold all the way back off, trapping a bunch of people who kind of went long at the open here. And we found this level of consolidation that were taking place at 469 and 472. All right. Throughout the entire session and even the overnight session, we struggled at these two levels. We're kind of pin barred between this level, again telling us what we have an indecision or a doji candle essentially put in, and it's being respected. So with this employment news that came out, looks like the algos are kind of buying this up. We really need to monitor this 472 level. All right, so let's take a look at the level here, the 472 level. If we're able to break this level, then we can push towards that 473.50, and then above that 474.63 area. All right. If we're able to break this, if we can penetrate this for the higher, we have room to that 476 level, and that's where I'll kind of see if how the market's going to react. Are we going to continue moving higher or whatnot? All right, that's in regards to the spot. Now, if we come back down and break the 460, if we can't reclaim and stay above the 472, if we lose the 460 level, we're going to come back down to this vital area of 469.50. Again, respected in the overnights, respected yesterday. Need to see what we're going to do here. If we fail to lose this, then the 467, 466, and 465 is very possible. and ultimately, again, that 464.50, which is that vital area that we talked about a few days ago, might come into play. All right, so we need to keep an eye on this. 472 to the upside and really 469.50 to the downside. Otherwise, we can kind of still be stuck in this sideways channel, which is going to make it very hard to kind of day trade this choppy action. All right, so above the 472, great. We should see continuation higher, or at least some short-term momentum move to the 473, 474. And if we break the 469, also great. Then we can take some downside triggers. At least we get some sort of movement. We need to get out of this range to continue seeing some sort of direction in the market. All right, I'm gonna pop back up to the daily level. Gonna put the Qs here. And with the Qs, very similar look. However, we're showing more weakness in regards to the overall market. Why? The overall market is currently sitting above the 20 moving average, right? The Qs is continuously making lower lows, and as it's popping up, it's creating more resistance levels that it needs to get through. And in regards to that, we are now fighting the 20 SMA, which is now crossed under the 50, and the 50 SMA is going to be another area of resistance that we need to monitor. All right, quite sideways action again yesterday. Once we got those high and lows of the day early on put in, rest of the day was pretty choppy and going sideways. All right, so let's take a look at the 15-minute time frame and see what we're really looking at here on the Qs. All right, so we put this back up. Perfect. So the level for the Qs, again, we have this range, right? On the SPY was 472, on the bottom side was 469. On the Qs, we're looking at 389 and then 385, right? We need to get above these levels in order to see clear direction. All right, so for the short term, the midline here, 387.47. If we can hold this, we can try to attempt this level. Let me get my little marker up. If we can hold this level, we can try to attempt this 389, break that, then we should either consolidate and then continue higher to the 392, which is essentially what I'm looking for here. Okay, now if we roll over and can't hold this 387.47 area, then this is the level we need to monitor. Break this, we have room to 383 and ultimately 382, 381. All right, these are the levels to kind of monitor on this. Again, we're watching this 389 and this 385.50 mainly to see if we get clear direction. Otherwise, we could see that sideways chop action still take place. All right, so let's jump into the free alerts that I had put out. Let me pull them up here so we can see what they are and what we're looking at. All right, so let me pull this out. Ah, shit. All right, perfect. So what do we got? We got lift. So let's pull up lift. Perfect. What are we looking at for lift? We got lift 42.50 puts under 42.20. So what does that mean? That means if 42.20 breaks to the downside, we're going to buy puts. Why? Because we have this support right here. We have this support right here. And ultimately, we have support from a prior level on the daily. If we break that 42.20, we should see a pull down at least to that 41.60 level, and then further down on the intraday pivot levels. Okay, so if we break the 42.20, we're looking to buy puts, which is going to be the 42.50 puts. That'll break. We should get some momentum out of it. Now, guys, don't hold these for like 2,000% move. These are day trades. They're not swing trades. If you take them, start scaling out at 20%. Or put your trailing stops in, whatever you see fit, but don't marry these to the long side. All right, especially in a market that if we might go sideways. Okay, so over the 43 level, we're looking to buy calls because that might get a short-term reversal, pop back up towards that 43.58, which is some 200 moving average intraday resistance levels, and then you can kind of take it higher there. So 43 calls over 43. 42.50 puts over under the 42.23. All right, next one on the list is Piton. All right, so Piton, we have clear. I don't know why my Piton chart is not showing up. Anyways, give me 1 second. All right, so Piton, 34 puts under the 34.40. Why? We have this clear support level that's forming here in the after hours in the pre-market. If we can break the 34.40, we should see a nice flush downwards. All right, now over the 35, if we break over this 35 level, it's most likely going to get a reversal we're going to pop back over this 200 moving average and we should get higher move here. Ultimately, I do like this more from the downside. That's why it's on the list. I prefer this 34.40 to break to the downside. Then we can see a nice flush on it. That's why I'm interested in those puts. However, towards a 35, I'll monitor it, but not something that I'm kind of interested on the call side. All right, next one on the list is Roblox. So Roblox, we have some resistance right here at 90. Wait, let me put my levels up. We have some resistance here at 90, and we're looking for the 88.90 to break on the downside. All right, 88.90. Again, we have some resistance support right here. It's stuck in this nice little channel. All right, if we break that 88.90, we should see that pull down towards that 87. And if we pop back above the 90, we should see a nice push towards at least this 91 and then the 92 level. All right, so if we break the 88.90, we're gonna buy the 89 puts. If we break the 90 level, we're gonna buy the 90 calls. All right, that's as simple as it is. Now, when do you guys take these? Should you get in at the first 5 minutes of the open? This is something that, you know, a lot of people ask me. Again, if it's within the first 5-10 minutes, I take it right at the break of the level. If the price action happens, it's consolidating right here in the first few minutes, and we kind of come up to close to triggering, I'll buy those puts right here. I'm not going to be scared. I'm going to take it in the first 5 minutes. And that usually works if it's in the first 5-10 minutes. All right. Now, if time has gone by and we're about maybe an hour in, right, and time, you know, volatility has slowed down, volume has slowed down, and we're kind of getting, whoa, how did that get so big? And we're coming to a level where volume is low, then we really need to see this consolidation take place, the breakdown happen, and this retest is when I'm looking to enter right here to take the move lower down. Okay, so if it's within the first 5-10 minutes, I take the trigger right out of the open. I don't really wait. If an hour or two has gone by, market has slowed down, volume has gone away, then I'm looking for a breakdown and a retest of that level in order to get in. All right, so with that said, we went over the free alerts, we went over the market analysis. Now, if you guys have any questions, I'll go ahead and answer them. But again, before you guys ask the questions, make sure you let me know, are you day trading it? Are you swing trading it? Are you looking to buy calls or puts? And now that way I can answer them a lot easier. All right, so for those of you that are here, please go ahead and smash that like button. There's about 112 of you here and only 39 likes. So let's get those likes up, and then I'm going to go through the chat here and discuss what you guys are asking me here. So anyone already asking me about 114 expiries, understand that your chances of losing are very high. You're choosing a very risky expiry, which is a lotto, and just be aware of that, all right? GM Flores is asking about Tesla 1150 calls expiring tomorrow. I will only be interested in those Tesla calls if they can get above 1119, 1120. If 1120 does trigger, then it does have some room on the upside. But otherwise, this 1120 is going to be an area of resistance for you. TSM over 140, so TSM had earnings, and because of that, it's seeing some movement here. Option premiums are going to be juiced, so if you're going to take this, the trigger level would probably be 139.40. There's some pivot right there. If you take that trigger, you have to understand that the move has to take place right away. If it doesn't take place right away, your options it's gonna depreciate fairly quickly. We have a next question. Lucid under 44.65. 44.65. 44.65 puts it right here. Okay, that's 44.65. If you take that, you're gonna fight this pre-market support, and then you're gonna fight yesterday's low. Is that gonna give us enough juice in the premiums to make money off of this? I don't really think so. And I actually think this might be a better trade if you take it, you know, high at the break of these levels, right? If you take it over 45.70, you might get that clean fluid move up because there's really no resistance here until we hit these 47 levels. All right, so something to monitor. I rather prefer this on the long side, not so much the put side, and I don't really see a relevant level here at 44.65 on Lucid. All right, going down the list here. What's going on here? GM floor is, I think I already got to your Tesla, so I'm just going to jump past that. Roku put under 170. Let's take a look at Roku. 170 is far down. So, I mean, by the time it gets there, you might have to monitor. But why 170? I'm not really following where you got that level from. The low of the daily candles in the last few weeks is 173.56. Honestly, under the 175.90 level, you probably get a nice flush move down to the 173. You might want to take that trigger to the downside, but to wait for 170, you've missed the entire move down. That's almost like a $7 move down. I would take it closer to 176, 175.90 if you're going to take puts on that one. All right, let's see. Roku put. What tool are you using? This is Thinkorswim, TD Thinkorswim. It's a software, desktop software. Currently using price level tool on Thinkorswim. Yes, TGT call above 225.25. TGT call above 225.25. Again, I'm not really sure where you guys are coming with these levels. 225.25 is right here. What level do you have right here? Not really following that. But for calls, if you want day trading calls, I think it really needs to get back above this 226 level. Is another level I have. But over that, then you're going to fight this 227 and then possibly a 227.50. So it won't be a clear ride up on TTG. I almost prefer this on the downside. Under that 222.60 level break, then you can look for further sell-off on that one. On the upside, you're going to hit some ceilings that might prevent you from getting a nice clean move to the upside. Humana, big recent dip. Could I get in and around? Humana, what's that ticker? Let's take a look at the daily here. So, I mean, if you're looking to buy this for long term, you got to understand, first of all, what was the reasoning for this big massive drop, and then secondly, what you're seeing here is actually a move up on decreasing volume. So this is something very bearish that to monitor. This could very easily actually roll over and come right back down. So you need price to form some sort of a sideways consolidation before you get in for long term. This move right here is not it. Massive drop, push up on low volume. This can really easily roll back over. So you'd have to definitely wait and see some sort of consolidation. Again, why was this drop from 460 all the way to 350? You don't want to be the person buying the falling knife on these ones. All right. Everyone smash the like button for Ali. Yes, guys, go ahead, smash that like button. GM Flores just spamming the Tesla. Just Tesla to 1150, Tesla 1150, Tesla 1150. I'm not sure if you heard me, but I went over it a little bit ago. Have you seen the unusual options for HTZ? No, I have not. Nor do I care about that ticker. I mean, this hurts. Not a fan of this. Daily chart is all right though. I mean, if you can get back above this, 25.35 level, you could see a push towards maybe this resistance level. And where it really gets interesting is if you can get back over the 28th, and then you have a gap to fill on the daily. Otherwise, I've seen HTZ pop up on the flow, but it's not a name I like to kind of stare at, just because of how erratic it got in the last few weeks, or last few months, I should say. So I'm not interested in that one at all. Day trading calls, puts only. For swing trading, hold on. How do you determine the call and put level for swing trading? Just based on, the resistance that I have, the target areas that I have, and also the theta and the delta that I look at. I need to establish whether those deltas and thetas are something that I'm interested in. TSM over 140. I think we talked about TSM already. Day trading, swing right and SoFi calls for 10/21 expiry. Absolutely not. So Mara to swing for pretty much you're going after next week expiry is not going to be in your favor. Guys, you got to understand what you're doing. If you're swing trading, you can't be choosing expiries that's going to give you only 7 days to pan out. You have to give yourself time. this, first of all, there's no pattern here to swing trade this on Mara or Riot. And you have resistance right here, you have resistance right here. You're just putting yourself in a position, sorry, you said Riot, not Mara. You're putting yourself in a position where you're not going to be able to achieve what you want, right? We have a constant downtrend. We are under all the moving averages. There is no bullish pattern here. Why swing calls? I absolutely don't understand that logic where people come in and are constantly so bullish and they're like, oh, Riot is down, I should swing calls. Okay, well, swing calls and let me know how well that's going to pan out for you, right? Every time we sell off, pop back up, sell off, pop back up, sell off, pop back up, sell off. And I guarantee you, everyone buys calls here, bam, stops out. Everyone buys calls here, bam, stops out. Everyone buys calls here, stops out. Calls, stops out. Here we are again. Do you see a reversal pattern? Because I don't, right? So you really got to be careful on what you're doing. If you're swinging calls, first of all, you need to buy at least 1 or 2 months out, not 1 week out. And secondly, do you have a pattern? There's absolutely no pattern on this. So I'd be careful with buying calls for swings on those. What do you think about Lucid call for a short-term swing trade? Again, no swing. I don't see, this market is not ready for swing trades. You guys are constantly trying to swing things in a market that's unpredictable. If you wanted to swing this, you should have swung it at the break of this 42.76 level and try to catch the momentum up. The resistance line was right here. We hit that perfectly, 47.23 on Lucid, and now we're selling off. So the swing was here. Short-term swing would have been at 42, 43 level for a move up to 47. You got that. There's no more swing in this now. There's nothing on the daily that tells us there's a pattern to break. Once it does form a pattern, once we have a bullish sentiment pattern going on here, then we can take the 47.30 break, then try to push up to the 54. Otherwise, there's no swing in Lucid currently. Alright, swing trader wanting to learn about puts and calls and options this year. Good job. Check out my Twitter. There's a few information about options trading for swings and day trades as well. How do you determine your strikes? I determine my strikes again based on delta. So usually I go 1 in the money or 1 out the money, trying to keep the delta between 0.45 and 0.55. Any swing on PayPal? I don't see a swing on PayPal. PayPal will need to at least get above the 197 for me to even to consider it as a swing. GM, again, not the prettiest chart. Don't see much there in regards to a bullish pattern to take a swing on that one either, my man. Nvidia Day Trade. Nvidia Day Trade. Let's take a look. Under all moving averages again. Nvidia Day Trade possibly over the 284 level. You could try to take calls on it. And consider this area as an area of resistance, but if it plows through that, then it should see higher. Now, with TSM earning being so good, it might affect Nvidia here. They might try to buy this and you know, in hopes that they're on Nvidia is also going to have good earnings report. But over the 284 might be interesting on Nvidia calls. How do you determine your strikes from levels? I think I've already answered that. Roblox breaking 90 pre-market. Thank you. Dell and AMD for day trades, please. Dell preferably over that 4180, 4190 level would be better. If you get over the 4190, then you have room to the 4237 area. I would wait for that level to break before buying calls on Dell. AMD, probably similar look to Nvidia here. You could try it over the 140.50 level and then take it to the 142.87. All right. CRWD below 190 for puts. Let's look at CRWD. Under the 190. It's under 190 now, so you'd have to probably trade the 186 trigger on the downside. 188. Again, I would prefer the 186 level for the break on that one. That would open it up for a move to the downside. Tesla for swing trade buy. Don't see anything on Tesla for swing trade for 128. Since it has earnings calls scheduled that close at 126 with delivery numbers being high. So everything you said to me, Mitesh, right over there, it looks like you're anticipating. And if you're anticipating, then there's really no reason for me to pull up the chart because you're simply basing it on earnings and delivery numbers being good. So the chart is out of the question. So if you're bullish on those delivery numbers and the earnings report, then yes, your theory works. But to me, taking a trade simply based on earnings report and delivery numbers is a gamble, and I refuse to gamble. I'm sorry if I missed it. Currently in RAD, currently charting RAD, and I want to know how you got. Take a look at RAD. So if we take a look at the RAD daily, we can see that we have this H forming break at that 1246 level, which is a prior low. We can fall farther down. That's how that works. Very welcome. As far as it breaks 1150, I think it should be bullish. Your thoughts? So what do you think about BA 114 calls? Again, BA, if you're buying 114 calls, you got to understand it's extremely risky as you're doing same day expiry. They had some news here in the pre-market. What do I think about the BA 114 calls targeting 225? So 225. Okay, so there's a few issues here that I have with BA and why I'm not trading it. Okay, it's sitting right here at this level. Right here at this level, I have some resistance drawn. There's lots of volume activity that takes place here. I also have 200 moving average right here. Okay, if we can get above the 225 level, right? If we can get above the 225 level on BA, then maybe that's something I'll consider taking to the upside. Then it opens up. Then it has a room. But we need to clear that imaginary 200 moving average line that's here from the daily chart, which sits at the 225 level. Okay. Once we get over that, then I'll consider this to get to the long side. Otherwise, I won't touch it until it gets there. All right, guys, if you're still here, go ahead and smash the like button. Remember that I do this every Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time to kind of come in, answer your questions, whether you guys have some questions about your tickers, short-term trades, long-term trades, day trades, whatever the case may be. Try to help you guys out. So go ahead and smash that like button. Let's get those likes up there. Next one on the list, AFRM. Let's take a look at AFRM. AFRM, I'm seeing upside breakout coming. Let's take a look. The upside breakout would really take place over this 85, 89. That might give us a short-term reversal. Not sure what other time frames you're looking at, but that's the only time I'll consider this a uptrend break or an upside break. Preferably over that 86.49 actually would give us that little push to the upside, possibly back towards that 95 level. Do you mark levels based off wicks or the body? I don't work like that. I use generic areas that I see a lot of price action, right? I don't care if it's a wick. I don't care if it's, to me, this is an area of support, right? I don't care if it's wicks. I don't really care what it is, as long as I see a clear area of support that it's forming on the chart. How do you normally use VWAP? I use it strictly for day trading and only if the momentum out the gates is very strong. All right, guys. So thank you guys all for tuning in. I got to get back into the Discord. It is 9 a.m. We do this every Thursday, 8:30 a.m. till 9 a.m. That way I can help you guys out as much as I can. But I got to get back to the room and start preparing for today's day trade. All right, guys. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Again, if you're still here, go ahead and smash that like button. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you all next week